John Doe here, wanting to show you how to create a service opportunity within Salesforce. So for many of you, this will be a review. You've done this before, but we've made a few changes and streamlined the system, so hopefully you'll find this more easy than it was last year. When you log into Salesforce, you'll see a tab called Service Opportunities. You'll also see a button called New. Just click on New. You're going to start by selecting what kind of service opportunity. This is a list of all the available options for joininterchange.org. You're probably just going to be looking at long-term internship, short-term internship, a volunteer possibly, or an exposure trip. The difference between title and service opportunity name is that the system will rename the service opportunity name based on a few criteria, like what, when, where. This helps us keep track of who's doing what, which division, and when this is going to happen. The title is what will show up on the website. So you have full discretion to create whatever title you want, but the name will be changed by the system itself. Hosted by. Hosted by is which team is hosting this. So in this case, it'll be InnerCHANGE Los Angeles. To do a search to find your team, you can either type in InnerCHANGE and bring up all of the InnerCHANGE teams that you have access to, or you could type in a wildcard and the first few letters. What is going to be we don't have exposure trips on here. By the time you go and do this, we will have exposure trips on here. So and this is going to happen in the second quarter of 2010. Samantha Baker Evans gets a shout out for pointing out that our whens don't work with seasons because of hemispheres having opposite seasons. So we've gone to quarters. And where? This will happen in Los Angeles. For exposure trips, the travel can either be arranged by us centrally as it is in Summer Exchange, or the travel can be arranged by the intern or guest. In this case, Los Angeles is asking them to get there. Number of openings, we're only going to have 3 people visit. The length will be 7 days. It's not flexible. And the start date will be June 1st. And the end date will be June 8th. The cost type is a one-time cost. We're asking people to pay $450. This is the actual cost that we're paying because we know exactly how much we want them to pay. If this were an apprenticeship, then we would probably use estimated cost, and it would be a monthly cost of around an estimated $1,500 or so. In this case, it's really easy. Donations are not assessed. Paid by fund. This is which fund you'll be doing this internship out of. In this case, I'm just going to use Summer Exchange Fund, 9234. Responsibilities. There aren't really any description. Requirements. This is where you can define what it is that people have to have in order to be accepted for this visit. Preferences are things that are preferable. So requirements. Requirements can either be pretty abstract, like a willingness to learn, or really concrete, like over 21. post date is which day you want this post to be posted to the web. You can either post it ASAP or you can delay so that it can post later on. In this case, we're going to have this go up 12/15/2010. And the date to remove post will be when this should come down. Oh, I skipped the application due date. We're going to say May 1st because there's not as much setup on this. We're also going to have the date to remove the post and the application due date be the same day. We can offset this by a little bit to give people a little grace period. So we'll say May 8th. This line down here is admin use only, so leave that for Michelle, Dorcas, or someone in the office to fill out. Okay, I'm going to save that, and I'm coming up with an invalid date because I did all the dates incorrectly. So this is 5/1/2010, 6/1/2010, 6/8/2010. I have access to that fund. John Doe doesn't have access to that fund, so you have to have a fund that you own. Post date 14, this is going to be 5/8/2010. When you've finished, you'll want to submit this for approval. It's now in the approval queue, and it's been assigned to Michelle Grant. That will be changed to Dorcas or Darren, but for now it's going to Michelle. You can also see on here that there's a status and an approved, so when this is approved you'll receive notification. You can see all of your information is on here. And that's it. The other service opportunities are very similar. There's a few variations, but that's generally how it's done. Thanks, everybody. If you run into issues along the way, feel free to use Help Desk, which is a new feature we've got within Salesforce. Help Desk is a great way to ask a question, to report a problem, or make a suggestion. We've made interchange mobilization one of the ways that you can do this. And we'll be adding more of these in the next few weeks. Say that you've got a question about how something is working. Add your name here. If you're not able to add your name, it just means that your contact record hasn't been shared with you. Just leave it blank if that's the case, and we can change that for you later on. You may have used this for the budget. If there's a problem with the system, report it here. Or interchange mobilization is the new one. And you can see some of the options. This one is service opportunity. I save, and it goes to the right person automatically. You can see that the owner is interchange mobilization. So it's been redirected. Dorcas or Darren will reply to this, and system will send you an email. That's the way Help Desk works, and please let us know how that works for you, or you can make a suggestion and tell us how to make it better. Thanks a lot.